Lady Eileen Loren d'Autriche, my engagement to you is officially dissolved.
Pardon? Dissolved? What could he mean by such a thing? Is he suggesting that... How could he? Then again, deep inside, I felt this coming. This very moment, I've dreamt of it many times. The Crown Prince of the Elmire Empire, Cedric Jean Elmire. Not only is he my fiancé, but the main romanceable option. Huh? Romanceable option?
I've made my decision. I refuse to hide my true feelings for Lilia any longer.
I swear, we never intended to hurt you, Lady Eileen.
Lilia Rainworth. She was born a commoner, but her father became a baron. She's also the game's player character. Game? Player character?
I have no intention of tolerating your treachery and arrogance any further. Eileen.
Eileen? Isn't she... She's the rival! He thinks I'm the villainess, Eileen? Now I understand what's happening to me. This world, it's from the game I used to be totally obsessed with in my previous life!
I feel horrible for Lady
Do you
Lilia.
recall the time Eileen forbade Lilia from speaking to? Don't forget how she berated her at the school festivals.
This scene is one of the major events during the second act of the game, and one of the worst places to be the villainess. I can see that you've made up your mind, so I shall take my leave. I deeply regret that I am unable to cry and make a scene. I'm assuming that is what you were— Don't cry. Keep smiling. Don't give him the satisfaction of seeing you break. Prince Cedric. I truly did adore you. This is the world of the Otome game, regalia of saints, demons, and maidens. The main story of the game surrounds Lilia, a holy sword maiden, and her battle with the big bad demon lord. Meanwhile, Eileen doesn't make it through the final scene. Her death is always some low-hanging gag. I refuse to die like that in real life. Think. You know what happens. What options do you have, given the circumstances? My unfortunate ending is triggered when the Demon Lord fully awakens. Which means I must simply stop him from awakening! I'm going to tame the final boss all by myself!
今日数えなくてもいいじゃない人目をうがつさが逆境もいつかはいいじゃんいいじゃん勝手になんだって決めに生きよう命一つ限り一瞬一瞬かけがえない乾杯ルート開始暴走するゴシップ物好きだと野獣馬ばかり今に覚悟立ちはだかる運命ようるさいな全て見透かしたような口ぶり嫌味は恥じたらどうでしょう戸惑っちゃうような味方ゼロなんて完全振り決めつけそうだよ私はどうしたい不可能なんてないで言いたい示したいこれが私の物語なのって最大限加速していく今日数えなくてもいいじゃない人目をうがつさが逆境もいつかはいいじゃんいいじゃん勝手になんだって懸命に生きよう命一つ限り一瞬一瞬かけがえないしか何回でもぶつかれるじゃない思い描く先へ常識外れてもいいじゃんいいじゃんどっちとったって関係ないでしょ思い貫くまで噛みしめてく今だけの感情だって
someone, please.
Isn't she the girl who got dumped by her fiancé? Foolish girl! How arrogant!
Is it normal to greet your master's guests with such blatant disrespect?
No!
You're in the presence of Eileen Lorraine d'Autriche, and I refuse to be gone from these woods until I've had an audience with the Demon Lord! Lilia isn't the only one in this game who carries the blood of the Holy Sword Maiden, so there's no reason I can't handle this.
Allow me.
Oh, thanks! That would be ever so helpful. What in the sexy, sexy Dark Lord? This man is even more gorgeous in real life than his character sprite! How dare he just stand there looking so beautiful?
What business does a human like you have with me?
Am I to assume that you're Lord Claude Jean Elmire?
That's correct.
In that case, I've come to make you an offer. I must ask you. Will you marry me, pretty please?
Am I mistaken? Or did a human just propose to me?
Growing up, I lived an ideal life as the youngest child of a duke. However, because I was a girl, and because I wasn't quite as strong as my brothers, I could never keep up with them, no matter how hard I tried. For the longest time, I felt I had no worth. Then I turned 8. Prince Cedric proposed to me, and my world changed. It was the first time anyone believed that I could accomplish something. The idea of becoming Empress consumed my every waking thought. I threw myself into my studies so I could be a wise and strong ruler. Before long, I was called an arrogant heiress who believed she was better than everyone else simply for being the prince's fiancé. I wonder if there was more I could have done to make myself likable, to seem vulnerable. Maybe things would have been different.
His lordship is not upset. The lightning strike was the result of his surprise.
Does that mean he wasn't angry with me?
He's right. I've seen you do much worse over much less.
That doesn't explain why you treated her injuries.
I don't need a reason.
But you're certain that she wishes to marry you, Lord?
I remember. He has 2 aides, doesn't he? Keith the human,
Do you
and
intend
Beelzebub the demon.
Only until she wakes up. There's a chance she was sent to me as a trap, or perhaps she's a spy.
Who, me? I assure you, I came here of my own free will. Claude Jean Elmire, Cedric's half-brother. His demonic nature revealed itself when he was only 10 years old. That got the poor kid stripped of his inheritance as heir. The humans and demons agreed to a truce, and he was brought here to live in an abandoned castle. Should his hatred for humanity ever awaken him, he'll transform into the final boss that kills Eileen in the game. To avoid that fate, there's but one thing to do. My only desire is to marry you! I know I'll make you happy!
Remove her at once.
Well, I would be delighted to leave just as soon as you agree to our engagement.
But I've only just met you. So how could you? I mean, is it possible that you're in love with me?
No.
Excuse me, my lord! Could you dial back the tornado?
You dare to make such a request of me mere moments after Cedric dissolved your...
Listen to me. I am more than aware of how this might appear. But do you expect me to spend my days crying over what I lost? I refuse to waste another second of my precious life thinking about him.
And that's why you're courting a demon lord instead.
Court you? Why, my lord, if I was simply looking to court you, I could easily... hope you'll forgive me for appearing so disheveled. I will return another time.
There is no need for that. Now you have no reason to return at all. So go away.
I'll treasure this forever. I've always wanted a magical dress. It's so lovely. Did you just cast another spell?
Be gone.
Using magic to send me back home. You win this time.
I'm glad to see you're looking well, given the circumstances. It's a shame this is out of our control.
He's already given up. As the Emperor's Prime Minister, I figured he'd at least try to help me.
You've received an invitation from Prince Cedric and the Lady Lilia. In 2 months, they intend to hold a ball where they will formally announce their engagement. It seems they would like you to sign the nullification of your previous engagement at that time.
Would they now? He wants an even larger audience for my rejection?
It would appear so, though Lady Lilia was polite enough to include a letter of her own as well.
Then I suppose I'll go. If they're looking for a fight, it would be my pleasure to oblige them. No turning back now! I have to win over Lord Claude, no matter what! Wait, what? How have I been going in circles all day? Don't tell me that's how magical barriers work. Oh dear, it's such a shame! I guess I brought these cookies with me for nothing!